How's everybody doing? So this one's going to be about global warming and melting of the polar ice caps. And this is very deep, and it's a theory of mine. Let's go through this theory. So, of course, Donald Trump is Batman, and Batman is the Illuminati's Antichrist. I've given you all that on my Donald Trump Antichrist series. But let's go ahead and let him go ahead and tell you.
Mr. Trump.
Yes,
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
I don't feel like this is loud enough. Let's try it one more time. Sorry. Yeah, I have everything turned low. Sorry.
Yes. Mr. Trump.
Yes,
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
So he's letting you know that he's Batman, and that's from Trump Ownership is the name of the YouTube site. That's his own website. When you go to the videos, it's all about promoting Donald Trump all the way down to his stakes. Trump, Obama speech is a disgrace, Bill O'Reilly. So it's all about pushing the Donald Trump agenda. And the name of it again is Trump Ownership. It's got the circle, the satanic symbology, the T in the middle. So we know that he's Batman. Well, all the characteristics of Batman are supposed to be, all the characteristics of the villains are supposed to be characteristics of God. Let me say it one more time. There it is, Trump stakes, the sharper image. Anyway, all of the Batman villains are supposed to be characteristics of God and or the sheep. So Mr. Freeze, why do they have a Mr. Freeze? Well, Satan, or the spirit of Satan, the spirit of Antichrist. I know what I was going to show y'all earlier. Hang on just a second. So you've got the Mr. Freeze character. Arnold Schwarzenegger played the role. In the old Batman, it was Otto Preminger. But why? Because of Frozen. Satan is frozen, and that's why you have the Frozen series, because Lucifer, who is the female transgendered version of Satan, is, I don't know if it's the spirit or the spirit of Antichrist or Satan's ability to manifest, or the fallen angel's ability to manifest on the earth. Because we know that they've always been communing with Satan. That's what the ghost in the machine is. That's what artificial intelligence is. And they actually tell you that in my Ghost in the Machine series. I guess I might as well go over those with y'all if you're new. The Trump Antichrist series, make sure you go through that. It's got 29 videos. But AI is the Ghost in the Machine, MOTB, Mark of the Beast. Make sure you watch that. So in those, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So Satan and Santa have the same letters. Santa is in the North Pole. He knows what you've been doing, knows if you've been bad or good. I forget the words. I don't celebrate, obviously, that pagan holiday. But of course, the big holiday is about who? It's about Santa, Satan. You get the female angel, Lucifer, on top of the tree. There are no female angels. Why is there a female angel on top of the Christmas tree? Or the five-pointed star? So you get the idea. Mr. Freeze, Satan, same letters. He's frozen. For this lawlessness is already at work secretly, and it will remain secret until the one who is holding it back steps out of the way. That is when the abyss is opened. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of it, and the pit, smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And their favorite verse, 9:11, that's Satan, Apollyon, Abaddon. And they had a king over them, which is the angel, fallen angel, Lucifer, of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek hath the name Apollyon. Apollo, the fake moon missions. I don't believe in global warming. I believe in the biblical flat earth, or the biblical earth, that the earth doesn't move, but the sun and moon are what's moving. More than likely, apparently, been told around 8,000 miles above us. God controls all of that. And they move via magnetic field, I've heard. Anyway, here's Revelation 11:7. When they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit. So you got the beast coming out of the bottomless pit that I'm telling you is at the North Pole, because the one who is holding it back is stepping out of the way. We are already in the crown, the corona stage. Next is going to be war, peace from the earth. That was a red horse. Then the black horse, famine. Then the pale horse, death and hell, which is the grave. Over a fourth part of the earth, we have 8 billion we're approaching. So it's going to be approaching 2 billion that will die by the sword and with hunger. And I don't think it's the 5G, because it says power was given that they should kill one another. So man will be killing man. I don't think it's the new technology that's going to be doing it. Like some have said. After this world war, or during this world war of 2 billion dying, I do think the polar ice caps will be melting. The North Pole ice cap will be melting. I think the abyss is going to be being opened. So part of the death will also be, from flooding, though hopefully it'll be slow enough to where people can move back. But I live in Florida, so just imagine. But they've always been trying. See, there was a movie that just came out called Tenet, and I couldn't tell by watching the movie, but I listened to all the spoilers because I wanted to know what the movie was about going in, and they all said it was about global warming was what was destroying the earth. I never picked up on that watching the movie. The movie was very fast, very hard to follow. The movie was written by the Ghost in the Machine. Satan wrote that movie and computer animated it to where the director, he's so amazing, they said, because this Christopher Nolan, he's just amazing. Oh, Christopher Nolan, he's just amazing. No, he's just a puppet doing what the Ghost in the Machine is telling him to do. The Ghost in the Machine will write your presidential speeches. It'll give the narrative for Biden to follow, the narrative for China to follow, the narrative for Russia to follow. Remember, Ephesians 6:12, your enemies are not people, it's the fallen ones. Ephesians 6:12 is clear about that. So during this World War III, that's when the polar ice caps will melt. And in between Revelation 6:8 and 6:9, is the Great Tribulation, because the fifth seal is those that are dying during the Great Tribulation. I will be giving y'all a deep synopsis of all of the book of Revelation. And, well, at least starting at chapter 4, all the way through. And we show you that the Antichrist is at Revelation 6, receiving his corona. Is that Revelation 11 that I just showed you rising out of the pit? Revelation 13, obviously, that's the 666 chapter. And of course, then again in Revelation 17. Each time afterwards, the church is removed. After the Revelation gives us the Antichrist, there's tribulation, then there's God's wrath. But in 6, what you go from is from World War III, skipping over anything about the Great Tribulation, and it just tells you that it is due to the Great Tribulation. And of course, the way you know that is as you keep moving down Revelation 6, you get into the wrath of God very quickly. So the tribulation is not magnified there like it is in Daniel 7, like it is in Revelation 13. So the book of Revelation, or the end times, is told in different sections throughout the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, but especially in the book of Revelation, it's told in layers. It kind of comes in waves. Literally like waves. You'll get Antichrist, Great Tribulation, God's wrath, or the sealing of the saints, the removal of the saints, and then God's wrath. And that'll come in waves throughout different chapters over and over again. So I'll be detailing that for you. Now, concerning the North Pole, again, we already told you Santa, Satan, same letters. We know that Santa is sold as being omnipresent. He knows, again, I can't remember the words. He knows if you've been, he knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for good, But he knows everything about you. I guess I should bring up the lyrics, huh? He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for good. Okay. So he sees you when you're sleeping. Creepy. Knows when you're awake. So he's omnipresent. He's like God. Santa, Satan, Santa. Same letters. Red and black. That's his colors. Red and black. Satanic colors. Red and black. The colors of Satan have always been red and black. Church of Satan colors. Church of Satan established in 1966. So red and black. The colors of Santa.
Red. According to the...
Oh, don't forget the black. Got the black belt, the black boots. He's a red and black. Don't let him fool you. That was the original Coca-Cola, of course. But anyway, you get the idea. So the polar ice caps are going to be melting before the Antichrist takes the stage, because when Trump returns to save the world, saving it from global warming, like the movie Tenet was talking about, because all of Christopher Nolan's movies are about Trump for the most part. And not so sure Dunkirk was. I didn't really watch Dunkirk. It seemed boring. I kind of fast forwarded through it, actually. But obviously the rest of them, it's Batman, it's The Prestige, and then their time travel movies, Inception, and then Tenet. Anyway, you've got a article here, secret Nazi military base discovered in Antarctica. A secret Nazi military base. Adolf Hitler actually tried to go and get and open this abyss up himself. The site was located in the island of Alexandria in 1942. It was codenamed, I wonder what that word would be in Gematria. We'll have to check that out, huh? Hang on just a second. I don't believe what I just saw. The reason why, I just heard a commercial. You know how commercials and TV, of course, is their world. The left-right paradigm, all of it. But one of them was about, you know, global warming is the most important issue in our world. And I was like, go make a video. Tell these people what global warming is. You're not going to believe this, what I just saw, though. It was code named that. I copied and pasted it, so I wouldn't mess up the spelling. I put it into the Gematria calculator. Santa Claus is Satan comes up. You can't make this stuff up. I'm doing this organically with y'all in real time. None of this was prepped in advance. There is no pre-trib rapture. I hope you know that. Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? Wow. That is also in here, along with Adolf Hitler himself. All of that. Folks, the Ghost in the Machine told them to name it that, because the Ghost in the Machine knows the Gematria. How long has the ghost been in the machine? A very, very long time. Wow. That just blew my mind. Lastly, I want you to look at this Dior commercial. Charlize Theron, who is usually playing Lucifer. Now, you know I'm going to get a copyright strike if I let it play more than 7 seconds. This is Lucifer. That she is actually going to, because remember, Lucifer is the female transgendered version, like the Baphomet has female breast. She's going to ascend out of the pit and on top of the dome of the earth, because they're selling you the round spinning ball earth. So now the one who letteth is stepping out of the way, and the spirit of Antichrist, the spirit of Satan, which has been frozen over in the North Pole, she's about to rise up. Cracking the knuckles, getting ready for what? Well, obviously to make the climb.
A memory, a dream.
But the destruction of the saints also, correct?
But it's no place to live.
These statues, the gold, does that not remind you of Trump Tower? This penthouse with all the gold? Does me.
And now is the time.
Rising. See the light? Lucifer is light.
The only way out
The only way out.
is up.
There is Lucifer rising, coming out of the abyss. Revelation 11:7. And of course, Revelation 11, that's about the two witnesses. Who are the two witnesses? It's the saints. We're kings and priests. That's the two witnesses. because it also shows them being removed, being like raptured. Remember, it's a post-tribulation rapture.
Not heaven. It's
Top of the world, out of the abyss, out of the North Pole.
a new world. The future
It's a new world, new world order. It's a new world.
is gold. Shut
Gold, Trump's color.
down. Neon.
Fascinating, isn't it? Trump Tower, penthouse of gold. Looked just like it, didn't it? Yeah, it did. All right. I love y'all very much.